today we are going to find the values of percentage and learn how to compare percentages. So, see, we're given a question which is greater, and it said 11 by 10 or 11%. So, one number is given in fraction and another is given in a percentage form. So what we need to do is simply convert both the numbers into its equivalent fraction or decimal, whichever is easy. I feel that converting a number into decimal is easier because we don't have to find out any LCM, which we need to do if we convert it into fraction. So in order to do this, we are going to write 11 by 10 or 11%. So this is some number 7a numbered over here. So see, it's 11 by 10 or 11%. You need to find out which one is greater. So first step, we are going to convert both into decimal form, as I told you. So you see, 11 by 10. Consider this number. If we convert this number into equivalent decimal, this becomes, there is only one zero, so there will be only one decimal place, so the number becomes 1.1. On the other way, over here 11% is written as 11 by 100 because it's in percentage form, that means divided by 100. And if we convert this becomes, there are two zeros, so decimal place 2, which is 0.11. Now we're going to compare whether 1.1 is greater or 0.11. Obviously, you can see, first step is you need to check whether the number before the decimal place is greater than the number after the decimal place or not. So first you see, over here if we compare, the number before the decimal place is 1 and here it is 0. So obviously 1 is greater than 0. So therefore 11 by 10 is greater. Moving on to the next question. 9 by 25 or 35%. Nine by 25 or 35%. Again, we need to convert this into the equivalent decimal numbers because it is much easier. So see, we have got 9 by 25. We have to do something so that we get a multiple of 10, 100 or 1000, something like that in our denominator. So you see, 25 into 4 becomes 100. Why did I multiply it by 4? Because my aim was to find a number which is either 10, 100 or 1000. So, or maybe more than that, 10,000. So over here, by no way we can't multiply any number to get 10. So that's why multiplying 25 with 4, I can get 100. So that is why I have used multiplied by 4. So same thing happens with the denominator as well, denominator and numerator. That is, multiply the numerator with 4 as well. So 9 into 4 becomes 36, and 25 into 4 is 100, as I told you. Now convert this. There are two zeros, that means the decimal place will be 2. So if we write 36, there are two decimal places, so we need to insert the 0 right before that. So what I get is 0.36. On the other hand, we've got 35%. 35% means 35 by 100. So convert this into decimal, it is easy. There are two zeros, so two decimal places. So we're going to write 0.35, two decimal places because two zeros. So what we get is 0.36 on the left hand side and 0.35 on the right hand side. Now we are going to compare. You can see, first we are going to compare the number before the decimal place. Here we've got C0 and here too we have got 0. So both are the same. So we will move to the next number. Next number is again after the decimal place, it is 36 and here there is 35. So obviously 36 is greater than 35. So that is why the greater number will be, of course, 0.36, which is represented in the question as 9 by 25. So we are going to write 9 by 25 is greater. So let's write it down. 9 by 25 is greater. Similarly, we'll move to number C. 8% or 0.8. Very easy. 8% or 0.8. Now 8% is written as 8 by 100, which is 20. That means two decimal places. So there will be two decimal places before the decimal point, and there is only 8 over here. So we are going to write 8 at the last place, and we are going to insert a 0 because we can't keep it vacant. So we are going to write 0.08. On the other side, we have got 0.8. Now we need to compare which number is greater. See, first we have to convert this into like decimals. Like decimal is two numbers that have same number of decimal places. Here there is two decimal place, and here there is only one decimal place. So in order to make it like, we have to have two decimal places. So this 0.8 will be written as, just insert a 0 at the end. It will hardly create any difference. So we are going to write 0.80, so that now we have two decimal places in both the numbers. And now you see 08, that is 8 is greater or 80 is greater. Obviously 80 is greater. So therefore it becomes easy for us to find out the answer. It's not the same, it's of course, because 0.8 actually means 8 by 100. 8 parts of 100, and 0.8 means 8 tenths. That means 8 parts of 10. So definitely there will be a difference. So greater number is 0.8 is greater. We'll move to the next question, number D. We have got 26.8 and 268%. 268%. This is our question number D. Now see, convert it. This is given in decimal form. Only convert 268%. So this 268 by 100. There are two zeros, so decimal places will be 2. So the decimal point will be inserted here. So 2.68 becomes my answer. Now we are going to compare both the answers. See, here we have got 26.8 and here we have got 2.68. So first we are going to compare the number before the decimal place. Here we have got 26 and here we have got only 2. So obviously 26 is greater. So I am going to write the answer that 26.8 is greater. Moving on to the next question. Number E. 2 by 3 or 75%. Which one is greater? Two by 3 or 75%. So over here the first number is given in a fraction in its lowest form. So do the same thing over here. 75% is written as 75 by 100. Because the first number is already given in a fraction form and it is not easy for us to actually convert it into its equivalent decimal, we will leave it in this manner itself. And what we are going to do is we are going to reduce this so that we get a reduced form of 75%, and then so that our comparison becomes easier. So you see 75 and 100 both will get divided by 25. 25 into 4 is 100 and 25 by 3 is 75. So we get 3 by 4 and here we have got 2 by 3. Now we need to compare because here we have got 3 and here we have got 4. So we are going to do this the same way as we compare 2 by 3 and 3 by 4 as we did when we were doing fractions comparison. Same way, you see, we're going to find the LCM of 3 and 4. If we do it for the first fraction, my LCM will be obviously multiplied by 4 because 3 and 4, over here 3 is a prime number and no way we can find 3 in the table of 4. So this is numerator and denominator both multiplied by 4. Similarly, for 3 by 4 also, this get multiplied with 3 and same thing happens with the numerator. So 2 into 4 is 8, 3 into 4 is 12. On the other hand, the next one, 3 into 3 is 9 and 4 3 is 12. You see, there is 12 in both the fractions. So it is in like number, like fraction. So now you see 8 is greater than 9. Obviously, when the denominator is the same, we are going to check on the numerator. The greater numerator is a greater fraction. So 9 by 12 is greater, which is equivalent to 75% actually. So we are going to draw the conclusion and write the answer that 75% is greater. Remember to write the answer in the form the question is given. So do not write 3 by 4, write 75% is greater. Because question should be something that we have to be careful about and write the answers accordingly. Number E. After this, we are going to move to number F, 9% or 90. This is very easy. Don't really need to do the sum also, but still. 9 or 90%. So 9 is in whole numbers, only convert 90%. So 90 is 90 by 100, which is 20. So 2 decimal point, my answer becomes 0.90. And here we have got only 9. So 0.90 and only 9. 9 means 9.0. So 9 is obviously greater. 9 means actually 9.0. So obviously check the number before the decimal place. Here we have got 9 and here 0. So obviously this is a greater number. So we're going to write the answer 9 is greater.